My name is Courtyana. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm an independent artist.
I don't wanna blame you, shit just got real. You know I ain't the one, I say how I feel. Rewind, kinda stay down, but just switch sides. Scorpio gang every season. Remember when I used to pull up in the Nissan? Rewind, took a long time, but
Okay, so what influenced you on wanting to get in the music business?
My influences, I've had influences my entire life. My grandmother came here from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and she started singing in the church. She was going to all the different churches in LA County and singing. So seeing her do that and being in church myself, I started gaining a love for music. I started trying to learn about music. And I had found out that my great-grandfather, he was working at the Sentinel newspaper. LA Sentinel is our founding newspaper for at least the Crenshaw district. And he was the ad manager. So, you know, before we had Instagram and social media, it was ads in the newspaper. Before we even had TV. So I had found out that he was engaged to Ella Fitzgerald. She's a very renowned jazz singer, like one of the best of our time. It's a lot of amazing jazz musicians, but Ella Fitzgerald was definitely one that I studied. So when I found out that, you know, she was possibly about to be a part of my family, it was just confirmation for me. So yeah, I started going to school and I would join choir. I was in all my school's choirs. I went to Palms Middle School over on the west side. I was in their choirs. Then I continued doing music in church in high school. Like my 9th and 10th grade, I went to a school on 70th and 8th Avenue. It was called Catch, Crenshaw Arts and Tech Charter High School. So there, they didn't really have much choir that I participated in, but I started participating in more of the arts. So I was doing dance, step team, anything they had to offer that was in, you know, the whole visual and performing arts field. When I left that school, I went to a performing arts school in downtown LA. That school is called Visual and Performing Arts High School. There I started joining classical choirs. I started learning how to read music. I started getting ideas about singing opera. I was like, that shit is very interesting. They're using all this vibrato. They're singing in all these different languages. And the more and more I would study and be in this school, we had an opportunity with LA Opera to audition for an LA Opera production. It was called Noah's Flood. So in Noah's Flood, I went to the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion right in downtown, and the singers in there were out of this world. It was like a 7-year-old girl who came out of the room and she was blowing like she was 25. So I for sure thought I didn't have a chance, but I got a principal role in Noah's Flood with the LA Opera, community opera. And that was my first time really performing in, I guess, a classical setting. And yeah, I just started delving into music in every genre and every style since then, and that's what brings me here today. I'm going to take what I learned from school, I'm going to take what I learned from church, and I'm going to take what I've been through in the city and birth, you know, everything I've been working on thus far. So, I ramble on.
So who are you working with now, and how did you meet the organization that you're working with now?
Currently, I'm working with someone named Christopher Brody Brown. He is one of the co-founders for 1500 or Nothing. I'm also working with Kenneth Page, KP. He's also under Brody's musical, I guess, village. And I'm also working with Mishon. He's super dope. He's an artist. He's a writer. So yeah, they're pretty much doing the production of my project. So I'm an independent artist, but they have pretty much taken on the production part. So I met Christopher Brody Brown in church as a child. And one day my dad was like, oh, I want you to work with one of my friends' artists. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, he's, you know, formed this band called 1500 or Nothing. And so I'm like, oh, I know someone from my childhood that is a part of that. But I had no idea that was him. And so when we all linked up, we found out it was like, oh my gosh, it's such a small world. Everybody in LA knows each other for sure. So yeah, I started working with him. Then I met KP through him. And me and KP like clicked like instantly. And we've made so many dope records that I can't wait for everybody to hear. And then KP knew Mishon, and I met Mishon through Big U, and we clicked like that. Me and Mishon did our first song. So Big U was like, "Oh, I need you need to definitely get with Mishon. He's an artist, he's a writer, he's a producer," and we clicked like that. So we did our first song together. So as soon as I found out KP knew him, it was like, it's destiny. We have to, finish out this plan, right? So, yeah, that's what I've been doing this whole last year. I've been in the studio, literally in the studio, working on my craft, rebranding myself, trying to bring out the purest form of myself to release to the world. And I'm just super excited. Yeah, I'm super excited. So I'm excited and a little overwhelmed, but I'm ready to like take this challenge and, create some shit. Like, on my birthday, I usually drop a song, right? And I didn't get to drop a song for my birthday, but I'm like, I have to put out something on social media. I know my songs are about to roll out next year, but I have to put out something, right? So I went in my backyard with an iPhone 12.
So incredible. I want you inside. Can you be my climax? Thought you should know I would end up in your bed, all up in my head. Oh, look at what it's leading to.
That was really dope doing, and I'm not about to shoot all my videos on an iPhone, which is possibly an artist just did that and Apple paid them hella dough. Like, I don't know which artist it was, and this is sad that I don't know, but an artist literally just 21 Savage. It was 21 Savage. Apple paid him hella dough and he shot a whole music video on iPhone. So you never know. But yeah.
Who would you find yourself that you would like to be on tour with?
Oh, who can I see myself on tour with?
Let's say three artists.
3 artists I can see myself on tour with. Ari Lennox. Tink, I love me some Tink. I'm gonna shoot for the stars, and I'm gonna say Erykah Badu for sure. For sure, just from like everything she represents, or just me growing up. My mama playing Erykah Badu in the car. Mary J. Ooh, Mary J. I can't. I'm gonna say Erykah Badu, Ari Lennox, Tink, and Mary J. Blige. For sure. I have to add her. For sure.
If there was a rapper, one from back in the days, one from today, 2 rappers.
2 rappers? Okay. I'm going to say Roddy Ricch because his tone is, he sings in my register, and I love his music. Like, I relate to his music, especially coming from like LA County, like, or Compton, this part of the world, right? Someone from back in the day. That's a hard one. That's really a hard one. Sorry, y'all. I don't really be listening to that.
So say another one from today.
Rappers.
Say another one from today.
I would say Diggable Planets, because when I think of old rap, I go back. Like, I don't really like Dr. Dre. I love Dr. Dre, legend, GOAT. Jay-Z, GOAT, but just from my generation, like, not even my generation, I guess when I was like in middle school and high school, everybody was trying to be like a hipster in LA. Like, everybody we were wearing vintage clothes, we were at the thrift stores, like, that was our thing. So it made us search like further back with like MF Doom and like Diggable Planets. So I would say one of them, for sure.
Words would you give to the up and coming?
Advice I would give to any up and coming artist, I would just say to not doubt yourself. Don't second guess yourself, and don't depend on, you know, a team, a label, an entity to create who you are. Like, you have to be your own creative director. You have to write your story. You have to put out what you want the world to see about you. We tend to ask other people for all these opinions, and that ultimately will psych us out, and you'll be out here not releasing music ever. Like, tomorrow waits for nobody, and my biggest thing right now is just going for it. Like, unapologetically go for your dreams. No matter what it is. Like, you can fail 10,000 times, but like, bet on yourself, because at the end of the day, you can't depend on nobody else. Don't be entitled and expect nobody else to do nothing for you. You got to work with what you got to get what you want or dream of. So that would be my biggest advice. Like, really believe in yourself, no matter how small you think your dream is, no matter how, you know, crazy it may seem. Like, oh, I can't do this. Like, we've seen it. Like, we've definitely seen it in the last few years, in the last 10 years. Like, so many people come from nothing. So many people come out of the trenches, and we just got to bet on ourselves and just say, fuck what everybody else is thinking, and do whatever you want to do in life.
If you wanted somebody wanted to talk to you or figure out what you're up to, where can they find you online?
You can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is at courty.courty. That spells COURTY, period, COURTY. If you go to my Instagram, you'll find links to all my other social media. I don't have my TikTok or my Instagram, but I'm gonna add that on there because I'm starting to get on TikTok more, especially like doing reels and things like that. Like, I've watched the engagement, and I just need to be consistent on it, because I think that would be a great platform for my music once it's released. But yeah, my YouTube link is on my Instagram. I've been doing a lot of vlogging lately, so I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff on my Instagram. On my YouTube. So yeah, you can find me on Instagram at courty.courty. My name is Courtyana. I'm going to be dropping my next single late January, no later than February.
Yes.